All right. Big day today, Lost.
Hey,
It's a big day today.
indeed. Thanks everyone for coming. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming. Coming to our calls of prayer. Hello, based. Roulette, what's up? Antani, good to see you. What else have we got here?
Alma's here. DCF God's here.
Hi.
No way. Sweet.
Alec,
Danny.
DeFi Nation, good stuff. Well, we do have some very exciting news to share today. And we might keep this a shorter call. We don't need to take the hour that we had before because we've been through all the protocols, the roadmaps, so we can keep this one a little shorter, drop a few details. But maybe before we do that, we just open up for any questions. Does anyone have any cues? Yeah. We're embarrassed about our really high-pitched voices, so we make them a lot deeper. I mean, Lost making his deeper is still pretty high-pitched, but
Young boy. Okay, maybe DC want to share what's on the agenda today, and then we can get into it.
yeah, absolutely. So what we want to tell you about is the fire ritual, the opening ceremony for the temple. So this is the main thing we want to talk about, give you guys a sweet intel. Maybe there'll be a little bit of extra juice for the people here on the call, who knows? So that's the main thing, exactly how it's going to go down to launch. We have something pretty exciting planned around the way that we are going to open the temple. We're going to be conducting a ritual that happens over a number of weeks that everyone can get engaged with. And that will be the way that you'll get access to pre-sale, and that's the way that you get access to the temple. So that's what we're going to go through. The SA, yes, if you have a question, hit us. This is call to prayer. All questions are welcome. It's a little hard to understand.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I mean, you can hear you, man. No worries. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just have to get Lost sweet voice to give the most important details.
Yeah. So, DC, maybe you want to give an overview of how it's going to work, and then I can jump in whenever if you want me to add some details, but as you want.
Good morning, Jay Cannon. Absolutely. So the first thing that we want to tell you about is that the fire ritual is going to kick off on the equinox. So you may know that the equinox is coming up on the 21st of this month. That's in 8 days. And in 8 days' time, on the equinox, 21st of September, we'll be opening the temple with a fire ritual. What that means is that anyone that wants to join us to kick off this really important start date will meet us in the metaverse and conduct a fire ritual with us. This ritual will go on for several weeks, so everyone that attends the ritual will be given something special. They'll be given some incense. They'll be given some rewards because we do need a lot of help to build the temple, and this is the main principle for the whole pre-sale process, this Genesis period, this whole fire ritual opening of the temple. We've really thought really hard about how to make this something that is set up to reward the people that have given to the temple. There's been so many people that have been so helpful already. People that have helped us out people that have been active in the community, people that have been sharing alpha with friends here, new friends that we've made, people that have, yeah, you are in a crypto cult. You must be new here. You're only just realizing that you're part of the crypto cult now. But welcome. We're so glad you're here. So we have a fire ritual that kicks off on the 21st of September at the equinox. Then the way this is going to work is that every week there is a round of access. Exactly. So everyone will get access to buying Temple in the pre-sale via this fire ritual. And the way that you get access is by participating in rituals. And by participating in rituals, you'll get given access in a specific week. And so what that really looks like is, some people that have been really helpful in giving us recommendations, helping us out with specific parts of building the temple, will get access really early, of course, because they've been really helpful. Other people that have been really active in Discord, helping out the community, will get access shortly after that. And so on will continue until we get all the way down to some people that have been invited to the temple very late, but still early. And they'll get access in the later rounds. And anyone that gets access in a specific round will be given a role in Discord. We'll collect up their addresses, they'll be whitelisted, they'll get access to the app, and they can sacrifice their stable coins at the altar anytime during that week. There will be no gas wars, there'll be no competition. If you have access, you'll be able to buy anytime during that week. And that's the way that you'll get access to the temple and pick up your very first temple token.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions on that before we get into other stuff, you can post in the Call to Prayer 3 text channel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
What does rank have to do with access descent?
Well, there are a number of ways that you can earn access earlier into this process. So you may remember, you may have seen that to get access to the temple, you need to be verified, right? I mean, you're all verified. Congratulations. But that's basically the first ritual in order to get access to the temple. And so if you are verified, you get the role of Templar, you get access to the temple. We'll be launching a lot of other rituals. Some of those rituals include being, really helpful to the Discord community. So someone that has received a high rank and is active in a helpful way will have a special role in Discord, and they'll get access in an earlier week in the fire ritual. So that is how rank helps. If you have a higher rank, then you'll get access earlier. Of course, if you're just rank farming and you're not adding any value, you're just spamming in order to get higher rank, Lucifer will probably reset it. This has happened before.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, so the rank is one way, obviously, that you'll have access to rounds, but a lot of people have been supportive. Like, for instance, there's some guys on the Klima team that have been really helpful to Temple. So things like that, which are also, they kind of give to the community. So, we have a few different ways that people are going to get access to different rounds. So yeah, so obviously like the people that are been working, like Lucifer is a good example, right? Like he's been helping Temple a lot. He's brought a lot to the community. So it's kind of from top to bottom. We're trying to organize the pre-sale according to, who's really just giving the most, right? So that's kind of the principle, basically.
100%. So there'll be a few ways to get access and earn an earlier position in the fire ritual. So one of those is being active on Discord and contributing to the community, being moral support, exactly. A second way is to help with marketing, of course, writing a tweet thread. There are people that have done this, that's also helpful. Um, the other way is by helping recommend things when we've needed them, applying for jobs that are listed as hiring, or recommending people to us for jobs that are listed as hiring. And the last way is, by participating in rituals, which absolutely, if you are active in our fire ritual on the 21st, if you, join our call to prayer, if you either troll or help the people in the verified channel, these sort of things are noticed by the gods, and they typically end up with some kind of reward. So, um, participating in rituals. Um, is there a perk for this call? Anyone that talks in the text channel will be recognized as having been here. So that's the way it works. That is the POAP. You're already POAPed, Shale. Congratulations.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah, we took a lot of time the last couple of weeks. We were throwing a lot of ideas around about how to manage the pre-sale and all that, and that's kind of where we came to that the fairest way was just to give back to people relatively, and it's a little different than I know different projects will just do like a first come first serve kind of whitelist, but we kind of went this direction because we thought it was fair for the people and everyone involved, right?
Yeah, 100%. And you might be interested to know that we don't have any, no one is cutting the queue here. Yeah, like we don't have any investors that are getting in super early because they're investors. We don't have any whales, buying in super early just because they're a whale. There is literally no way to get access to the pre-sale except for, helping the temple. And the access order is basically the way that people have helped, the most that people have helped. So
Yeah,
this
I think that's a really good point.
100%
Yeah,
community.
totally. Because that was like I said, we thought a lot about how.
Oh, we lost you last. All right, don't know where lost went, but there's a couple of great questions. No? Is there an amount we aim to raise initially? Let me answer the question above that first of all, because I think that's important. Will there be a minimum or a maximum of investment? There will be no minimum. Lost went for a mic drop, low show the strategist. Everything you had to say, mic dropped. So there will be no minimum on investment, but there is a maximum on investment. So for each whitelisted address, there'll be a certain allocation. Those allocations will be up to thousands of dollars, and it will depend basically on which round you've got access to, and it will depend on how much you've helped the temple as to how large an allocation you have. The allocation will be kind of from 2,000 to 10,000 US dollars available for most people. That's the order. But later rounds, there'll be some larger allocations possible. And for people who've been really helpful by participating in rituals, you can get that allocation increased. Cool. So that's the way it works on amount of allocation. Yeah. Did you want to finish what you were saying, Lars, before you disappeared?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I just wanted to expand on the point because we have had a lot.
Are you trolling us, bro? You disappeared again. Oh man. Okay, so Right, no lost. We don't know what he's trying to tell us, but we're not going to find out. Okay, there's some more good questions here. We're just going to go back to the answering questions. So, there was a comment earlier up around how we're going to ensure that there's not anti-bot measures. Timo, here we go. Elaborate on anti-bot measures. So here's how the anti-bot measure will go. Everyone that gets access to the fire ritual in a specific week will have a role in Discord, giving them access to a secret channel in Discord. And that secret channel will give you access to the ability to give your ETH address, you'll get whitelisted, and your allocation will be calculated based on how much incense you have. Right? We know that incense is really important. Incense is earned by people being really helpful. So the more incense you have, the larger the and the role you have is the week that you'll be in. So once you get your incense and once you have been allocated a role for access in a specific week, you'll be able to sacrifice that amount of US dollars up to your allocation limit at any time during that week. There's no race, it doesn't run out. Everyone can do an amount up to their allocated amount, up to the amount of incense they brought to the altar. That is how it'll be. So for that reason, no bots. You have to be a real person. You have to have engaged and helped in the community, and there's no race. So hopefully that makes that clear. There's some more. Good. I say we can talk about the team, man, but I think people are more excited about the pre-sale than they are about hearing about the teenage team. Temple and Inkum. Yeah, we love what Inkum is up to. The NFT cross DeFi concept is really hot and it's going to happen more and more in the space. And we've been playing around, I guess, a little bit in this concept as well around, rituals and access. And so, there's some concepts we have around that NFT cross DeFi space that may come later down the track, but we have no official partnership with them right now. We're two friends in this world, but not lovers at this stage. All right, more questions. How do we determine the opening price? That's a great question, Based. And it relates to another really great question up the top, which hopefully I'll capture here. So the way that the pricing works is that it works according to the mechanics of Temple. So the way that the pricing works on the protocol, remember, is that people mint and investment returns are made, and this increases the treasury. The value in treasury and the total supply of Temple, one is divided by the other, and you end up with the intrinsic value of the protocol per Temple token. So if you are if you were calculating the intrinsic value and you figure out how much treasury per token, basically, that's the intrinsic value. And so we then have a factor called the mint multiple. And so that intrinsic value is multiplied by a factor which is low, it's up to 6 at a maximum, and that is the mint price. So we'll be using that same mechanism here, but we'll be having a very low mint multiple during the fire ritual to reward people. for participating in our fire ritual. And so as the first round buys, the intrinsic value will go up and the mint multiple will go up a little bit, and therefore the price will go up. And then we'll run a harvest. You may remember the harvest from our mechanics. The harvest will mint a bunch of rewards, stockpile a bunch of rewards based on the intrinsic value going up in that first round. And then we'll open the second round at a new price. The intrinsic value will be recalculated. The mint multiple will be set. The price will be set for that next round. And then people will participate. People will participate in that week. And the price will be consistent during that week. It'll be flat during that week. People, at the end of that week, will run another harvest. At the end of that week, the harvest will calculate the growth in intrinsic value. Intrinsic value will have gone up because people would have participated in the week. They would have sacrificed their stable coins, treasury would have grown, intrinsic value has gone up. So then we'll harvest. More rewards will be minted, stockpiled for giving away to stakers, for special offers. And then a new price will be set for the next week. So this is why we are running the fire ritual over a number of weeks, because this is really aligned with the safe harvest and the reward mechanics that Temple operates under. So every week we'll be receiving offerings of incense and stablecoins. The treasury will be going up. The intrinsic value will be going up. The price, as a result of Temple token, will be going up. And the rewards will be growing. So by the end of the fire ritual, we'll have taken in a certain amount of money. The intrinsic value would have gone up every week because it only goes up. This is Math Cult. IRC, welcome. And math is a sacred language. And so intrinsic value will have gone up every week, and rewards will have been minted every week, and then we'll open to the market. We'll close the fire ritual on an auspicious day, and we will have got a whole lot of rewards sitting there, stockpiled, juicing an incredibly juicy APY for stakers. And at that point, we will open the mint function to the public, so anyone can buy. It'll be at a higher price than the fire ritual, of course, because intrinsic value will be higher and the mint multiple will also be higher by the time we launch at the end of the fire ritual. And at that point, anyone will be able to buy Temple. They will want to because the APY is pumping, and IV will continue going on. So that's the plan. And that's why it operates under multiple weeks. And exactly based potato, killing it with the questions again. So the other reason why we want these fire ritual to come out over a number of weeks is because we want to be able to launch tools pretty soon after launch. We don't want to be hanging around forever afterwards. So investment pools are coming a lot. The updates there feel free, but that'll be pumping pretty soon after we get to full launch. So right now we're focused on the fire rituals. Once we hit full launch, you'll be hearing a lot about this because we'll have a lot of progress done by then. So yeah, what more questions do you have for us? Yeah, protocols with IV that goes down are like a get for it. They're not gonna make it. Oh, good questions. You guys are killing it today. Okay, so the festival is on the 21st. The festival opens on the 21st, Jesus. So anyone that wants to participate in the ceremony, you've got to rock up on the 21st. We'll announce the exact time, we'll announce the details, and you can participate in the opening ceremony with us. It's just going to be a chilled affair, you know, some friends getting together and open the fire ritual. So if you can't make it, that's fine. You know, that's fine. I mean, you might miss out on some sweet alpha, but that's fine. You know, you're still gonna make it. You're here. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, she's this real estate priorities. I mean, this is a fire ritual. What are you sitting exams for? Just tell them you'll be at the temple fire ritual. They'll forgive. They'll forgive you. Yeah, this opening ceremony is going to be in CV, crypto voxels. However, the main temple, which is being built, is going to be in Sandbox. So the opening ceremony will also the the whole. There's a much bigger temple that's currently because we believe that all great finance protocols should actually be filled with intrigue and rituals. If you're not ritualed, you're not going to make it. Yeah, exactly, Alec. That's where the main in Sandbox. We have a whole bunch of. We're going to do a whole new Sandbox. It's gonna get off the hook. And this concept of rituals is going to continue because I mean it's fun, yeah, of course, but it's also our way of recognizing people that are active. So people that are active, people that solve engage in the games are the kind of people that we want to give early access to things, that we want to give special offers to. So the general theme that you'll see over and over is if you participate, if you get access to rituals, you pass rituals, you get access to deeper levels. And deeper levels of the temple, you'll get more incense, you'll get more alpha, and you'll get more access to special offers and other things as we open up the investment pools and so on. You know, the same concept will occur. You know, more access, earlier access, better deals. Um, so that's what the ritual's all about. They're finding out who is worthy to access the inner sanctum. All right, I think there's been some questions I've missed. What else? Can anyone of the team just reply with any specific questions that we may have missed? How do you guys envision yourselves in 10 years from that? Like creating DeFi protocols and talking on Discord? And how does life get any better than this? Honestly. Yo, die. Yeah. So we're in conversation with a few different groups. Die, Frax, Faye. These are all possible stablecoins. We can change that. You know, it's really easy for us to change that right at the last minute in terms of which stable we're accepting. And we're just going to finish conversation groups before we finalize it. But it will be one of Die, Faye, or Frax. One of those three. Tell us your favorite. Which one do you like best? It's not going to be USDT. It's not going to be USDC. It's going to be Die, Faye, or Frax. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like Frax too, Tony. but DAI is also a really solid option. So when we are a little concerned with the scale of liquidity from those options, you choose DAI. Yeah. I mean, if you're buying in with 8 or 9 figures, DAI is a lot more helpful. Yeah, give us a vote. Let us know which ones. DAI is the OG. Faye hasn't done too much. Yeah, it's true. And they've got a sexy mechanism, but the launch went a little funky on them. All right, we'll throw a proper poll in, and we'll. It looks like DAI's getting got some attention. Do iron. We're probably not going to do iron. Although we love iron, everyone loved iron until we didn't. I will die on this hill. Look, that pun alone is worthless doing DAI based convincing us. But Alec getting hard on fracs. So as far as I can tell, the biggest concern we probably have around fracs is depth of liquidity. So we'll investigate that a little bit and do some consideration to make sure we have depth for. There are some people that do want to buy in pretty large to the temple, so we want to make sure that they've got enough liquidity to get in and out. So. All right, DCF God, welcome. We're so glad to have you. All we want max yields, so our treasury grows and has revenue staking. Boom, boom. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. What other questions do you have, crew? Well, sweet alpha right here. This is the kind of shit we're talking about. Will you expand to other chains? Yes. Will we be doing that before we? No. So first step will be launching the investment pools, the ability for people to automate and stabilize their DeFi returns. And then after that, we'll be taking that technology to other chains. Yeah, Arbitrum looks dope. Optimism looks dope. But this shit moves so fast. We're going to consider it once we get phase 2, once we get the automation and stabilization, then we'll assess and make a decision, because by then, who knows, man? I mean, Arbitrum could be hacked and a new chain could be hot, so there's no point guessing too early in this game. So yeah, that's the sidechain story. I have a question. What do we got here? Will we use Ferrari for leveraging? Maybe, but we do not have immediate plans on that. We do not have immediate plans on that right now. This does relate to what you're suggesting there, what DCF God is suggesting there, is really important too, because once we open up with the fire ritual, and we have some people that have entered the temple, we'll then begin engaging in our governance processes and decentralizing some of these. So we'll be putting together groups of people that are involved in giving some sweet recommendations on treasury, any suggestions around Dark Templar, like what you're suggesting there. We'll have an opportunity for the to have input on those, and to vote on those, so that we can get, I think many minds are better than better than one on this, so we don't pretend to have every answer, just most, you know. So we'll have some opportunity once we have opened the temple, once we've kicked off the fire ritual, once we have some treasury to worry about, then we'll be opening up the opportunity. Give us some great suggestions, to vote on some great suggestions. We also have a few parameters that can be calibrated, like, you know, rewards going towards LP pools, towards regular staking, towards bonus campaigns. And so we'll be looking for community guidance on this element as well. So that is all coming. You know, there's going to be some good stuff. Probably, I don't know if it'll be the next community call or the one after that. More detail around how the community can get involved in helping steer the protocol in the right direction. We have based gear to wear during fall. Yeah, you're talking about in the metaverse, right? In which case, yes. How's the team hiring going? Yeah, team hiring is going well, Sonson. We have cracking team, and so far we've been getting some great recommendations from people. If you ever are looking for roles, yeah, lots of misfits. Lots of misfits, this is true. And if you want to ever understand what roles we're currently hiring for, or if you want to help us find someone that we're currently looking for, if you know someone, you know, feel free to check out the hiring channel, because that is exactly where you can see the latest roles, and they're up to date. Butler G has put in a request for solidity. This is true. Always on the exceptionally good devs. We have a very well. Butler has a very high standard, but if you know any real geniuses, then maybe they'd like to join our wicked team. Butler's been driving some really sweet work. So, no, we're happy to accept part-time. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Current tech stack being used for developing DApp. Butler, this looks like a question for you at the moment. Next.js, React, TypeScript. Boom, boom. What other questions? Are there more questions? Does anyone else want to drop in some, either reply to questions that I missed in the chat? It's it's a real challenge to continue talking while listening to you guys text. I miss things. Imagine not being a believer. Yeah, I know. It's wild, isn't it? But the Secret Believer channel is pretty lit, though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. When will the audio guide? Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. Hey, I'll have a lemon honey gargle next time. And hey, Lost' sweet tones is back.
Hey, okay. I think I fixed the problem. Can you hear me? Shit's fucked.
We can.
Okay, cool. I've just been texting hard. I get lost for 30 seconds. Yeah, okay. So, any other questions? Yeah, Butler was saying Ethers JS leverage type chain. That sounds pretty complicated. Okay, thanks DCF. Good to see you in here, man. Yeah. DCF's a good
Yeah,
guy.
good
If
to
you guys
see you,
don't
bro.
know him, you should follow him on Twitter. He's a good guy. Yeah. Cool. Nothing else. I got nothing else. You got anything else to say or what?
No, man, I think the most important thing is to look out for the rituals, to get your role, to look out for the week that you get access to the fire ritual. Check out how much incense you get, and then come and make your offerings at the altar. That's the most important thing to know.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just explain the mechanics a little bit. So yeah, we'll post a Medium article shortly. It's been a big one, so thanks for your patience. That'll have all the details. And then each week, it's going to happen in Discord. Basically, there'll be a bot that'll pop up, and you'll be able to interact with it and submit your ERC20 address and all that. So it's all going to happen in Discord. So we'll explain more for sure, but you'll see it on the left sidebar at some point, like the fire ritual section.
So any final questions before we wrap up? Any final questions? Exactly.
Questions are coming.
It's not the quietest form of prayer, and it is a worthy form of prayer.
Okay, cool. Good questions today, guys. Based, good questions. Yeah, if you guys had good questions. Eric, good questions.
Yeah, you guys brought it today. Thank you.
Yeah, snapshot hasn't happened yet, so no worries.
Yeah, no, you're good, Cozy.
Oh, Afro Pepe. What's up?
All right.
Okay, just 2 more minutes, and then if there's no more questions, we'll cut it.
You got 1 minute, Pepe. Oh god. My bot's broken again. Fuck. No problem, dog. Can you still be let into the temple?
Yeah,
Pepe.
you can. Yeah. Okay,
Everyone
I think we're good.
can be saved. Everyone can be saved, man.
Yeah, if you guys have more questions, just put them in the call to prayer after, and we'll take a look at them. And then, yeah, we got lots of work to do, so we're gonna get back to work.
All right, it's happening. Thank you all. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Get excited. Join the ritual.
Peace.
Get ritualed. Ciao.
Peace.